Okay, welcome to round two at Watkins, Glen, upstate New York. This is the racetrack of Watkins, Glen. There is a little town there where the original race course was set, and it used to go through the little town and around a lake and all that kind of business. But they put the track in here, and it's a fantastic little track. I'm going to stay in Jason's car here for the start, just so you can see what it's like when you're racing, how crazy things get. Like a little puff of smoke there from Jane Goodall's Dodson. You got Bernadette Peters in her Merc up there. Beth swerving in her Mercedes. You got Garrett's Chevy Nomad. Bernadette Peters shoving Garrett off the track. Little loser. And on the inside, there goes J Lord with his sob and a nice move. Cuss on the outside using Marlene Dietrich's. Whoa, come down, Jason. Using the Isetta as a block. J Lord's looking great. There we go. Look at that Isetta. It's moving. Don't laugh. I'm laughing. I guess you can laugh. Good times. Alright, I'm going to focus on Bernadette Peters for a bit. She's important in this. Let me jump up forward here. Okay, this little group, that Corsair is Dolmer. The green E-Type is Jimmy Page. There's Jason's Bonneville. And then the Cougar and Jane Goodall in her Dodson. Remember, she's fast. She finished fourth in the first race at the Black Cat Canyon. So this is a fantastic little race group that's going on right here. I'm going to stick with them just for a little bit because, well, for one, it's beautiful. Look at that. That's fantastic. Go Dolmer. Look how fast Goodall's been coming up in that Dodson, by the way. She must have some good top end in that. Surprising, but maybe it's because it's a little bit more modern, I guess. I don't know. If you recall, Bernadette Peters is the one that got spun out by Travis at Black Cat Canyon, so she had a little bit of bad luck. This is fantastic here. 3 wide, Dolmer, Bernadette Peters, Jane Goodall, and take a look at that. Replay that on your own. But that is Bernadette Peters cutting off Jane Goodall, who shoves her. Dolmer even gives her a little kiss on the way out, but that was definitely Bernadette Peters' fault. And look at that. She's cuts off the Nomad right there, like a jerk. She's a jerk. Let's look at his car. Sweet. That's about a good look. Dashboard's a little better. Alright, I'm going to go to jump into my car. So when you're driving, you need to pick a spot to help you with your braking. Like I can't, this is a blind downhill right. I use that little cone right there. Let me back up. See these little cones? I know to lift off and downshift to third to get through this corner. See that? There we go, downshift. I know that's my braking spot. But it depends on the track temperature, the track conditions. Maybe there's a lot of rubber laid down, how much fuel you have, how cold your tires are. there's all kinds of factors, and things change during the race too. If you start losing fuel, well then you can brake a little bit later because it's not as much weight to stop. Rick Monday's all in my rear view with Garrett back there. In fact, this is a great little group, as you will see. Let me jump to... Here we go, we're going down that straightaway. Those guys are in my back, in my rear view mirror. Monday and Garrett. This is where I pick up my time. This is the final 3/4 of a lap for the whole race. There's my braking spot. So I know the track. I've done 1,000 laps on Watkins Glen on the real course. I usually take the right here. This is where the normal track goes. This area is called the boot, and I don't know the boot very well. It's a more modern construct. You know, I'm usually racing the 1967 Grand Prix cars here, so this didn't exist back then. Yeah, you can see here comes Rick Monday and his Toyota coming up fast. I don't know this boot, so. And there we go. That's my only mistake of the whole track, the whole race, and it cost me that spot to Rick Monday. And if I can outbrake Garrett here into this tight right, this is the one where Bernadette Peters got spun out. And no, I broke as you can see. I even started drifting a little bit. I broke as late as I could, so it cost me those 2 spots. I'm just killing myself. I couldn't hold those 2 off. I remember they were distant, way in the back in my rearview mirror, and 2 more turns, and that's the end of the race right there. Oh, it just kills me. All right, let me look at the results. Details. Carl Sagan, still not as destructive of a win. Michael Van Gerwen, he had second in the first race, or third, now he's second. Saucy in his Alfa Romeo, kicking ass ahead of Travis and Jason, so he held off those 3 all within a second and a half or so. Jane Goodall beats Jimmy Page. Bernadette Peters behind Dolner. There's those 2 guys and me. At least I beat Beth. And Bavacqua. Nobody finished below the Bavacqua line. The standings they got kind of screwy. I had to do some stuff. I'm not going to go into that, but I'm keeping track of the standings my own self here. Let me sort by the race. So there's the points for the race, and this is the points for the overall as it is right now. So even though Jane Goodall dropped, Jason picked up right there. That's a good race right there, a good chunk, those 3. And then we've got Dolner and Garrett. I expected that to be a good battle, and it is. I also expected to be there, but I'm not. I'm battling Beth. Bernadette Peters is going to come up. She can't continue to keep crashing. Okay, so the next race is going to be in the Scottish Highlands. Short little thing.